What's up guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not new. We've talked about this for too long. It's been recommended, suggested to me for a while now. We're finally going to be listening to Drip Season 3 by Gunna. This is going to be the first album by him that I'm going to be listening to. It's going to introduce me to his work, to his music. Depending on how this turns out, I'll go back and listen to a couple of his other projects. I don't really know much about Gunna. I don't know how this is going to be. I just hope it's really good. He's got 14 tracks. I know based off of the features that I've heard from him that he's got some talent. He can write hooks. Catchy hooks. His voice sounds dope. He's got a really unique style, so I'm excited to get into this. Track 1 is Hell of a Price, and I'm not going to waste any more of your time with this intro. Let's just get right into it. Oh, and thank you all for being here.
Trying to give you more life. I can see through the spike. He's creeping like mice. I'm speed through the mic.
So I'm going to talk about this hook really quick because it's something that I'm noticing off the bat. Metro Boomin, when he made this beat, it sounds simple. There's not too much going on melody-wise, okay? So it's really made to sit underneath the vocals and just be in the background. It's really Metro Boomin's style. His beats never are really over the top, you know? They tend to just more recently be laid back and almost like underline everything that the rapper is saying. So that being said, on this hook I wish that he came with a little bit more energy because his voice is the focal point of this track right now since the beat is so simple. Kind of sounds like he sleepwalked through that hook, and I could use some more energy from that, but I like the flow. And of course, as soon as I say that, Metro Boomin adds, you know, a melody to to accompany his verse. That melody that is accompanying his verse right now should have been going on during the hook, and I would prefer the beat to be more laid back during the verse to put more of a focus on what he's saying. But that's me being picky. That 808 knocks though. Yeah. Came with a little more energy. I like that. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. That was weird. The drop into the hook. It feels like the beat really dropped 2 bars into the hook, and the way that his verse ended stopped us from even being able to really hear that first bar of the hook. It just feels like that drop was poorly executed. Again, I don't like that his verses are more energetic than the hook, because the hook is where the beat drops, and that's where the energy and the catchiness of the track is supposed to be. So yeah. I love Metro Boomin on the melodies, man. Oh my god. The transition into this hook was better. Yeah, man. You know, I talked throughout the track. And I apologize, but I just didn't want to keep pausing it like a bunch of times. I mentioned my qualms with this track already, you know, and unless the copyright police catches this track, you guys were able to watch my reaction to this track, and you already know what I think about it. Yeah, it's really just that. The energy, I feel like, is there, but it's placed in the wrong places of this track for me, and I feel like Metro could have gone a little bit harder on the production. I'm not gonna lie, Metro Boomin is Metro Boomin, you know? So this beat could have knocked a little harder. It's not a bad track by any means. I'm just really picky. Track 2 is Drippin'.
I pull 4 on the sprite, gotta control the height. No gauge, my clothes is tight. I run like a motorbike. I'm walking my
Yo, this snare snaps so hard. Like it's so crisp, you know? It's just this really quick snap, you know? The snare, it sounds tight and crisp and clean, and I love it. This beat knocks more than the Metro Boomin one, and his energy is perfect for this so far. I'm really enjoying this. So I like this. Yeah.
That's why they pay in the cases. Fuck it, it feel like we made it. Had a bucket fake. I been sipping that lean, got me lazy.
Yeah.
My stroke on it, won't have a baby. When I shoot, they all like a Haitian.
I love the vocalizing, the harmonizing. You know, I wish he would switch it up from the triplet flow a little bit. The track is short, so it's not going to get repetitive, but I know that he can do better than just generic triplet flow, you know? This beat, you could flow so nice on this. So I'm really hoping to see some of that at least. We still got a minute left on the track.
I got some hoes in magic. Capping, I know I'm having. Don't know your hoe that I have. I had the band rolling the attic. And now that's you can hit it in that bitch automatic.
There's such a sick piano melody going on in the background, man. I can't ignore it. I gotta point it out to you guys. That piano in the background, shout out to whoever produced this, man. Let me see. I'm gonna give credit where it's due. Richie Souf. Yo, the piano is tight, dude. I like it. Nice. Yeah, I love the hook, how simple it is, how short it is, and how he vocalizes and harmonizes it on it. You know, I think it sounds great. I would have liked to hear him switch up from the triplet flow. I think he could have done a little better and gone a little harder on this beat. I love this beat. I mentioned that I like the piano melodies. I love the snare. The kick is knocking really hard. So this track had potential to be great, but it's just really good. And if that's my only complaint, then that's saying something. I'm getting a huge Young Thug vibe from this guy. So I know he's signed to YSL, so that makes sense. I like this. I like his style. I'm just really hoping to see him do great, because a lot of his verses and features that I've heard, I consider awesome. So that's what I'm looking for. Although the first two tracks have been really good, I'm looking for great. So don't get me wrong though, I'm enjoying this, and I'm enjoying dissecting these tracks. Track 3 is almighty. I also like how short both tracks were, and this one's 2 minutes 22. So sorry, I'm gonna run that back. I'm gonna listen to it again, but I was talking. I like that the tracks have all been so short, you know, because it is, again, quick fixes of just hard trap music. I love it. I'm gonna restart this track.
Production,
man, is Turbo. Turbo produced this. Yo, I see you with the percussion. I see you playing around with the hi-hats and the offbeats. I think it's great. I'm hoping that a punchier kick comes in to go along with that 808. That 808 sounds great. But yeah, the percussion and the hi-hats right now have been awesome. You know, I'm loving the way that he's playing with the hi-hats. I mentioned the punchier kick, and there it is, man. I mean, that kick is going. So yeah, that's what I needed. I love it. I love this beat already. I love the percussion in the background, man. He went off beat a little bit on his flow there, but I like that he was able to pull it back. He was getting a little bit ahead of the beat. Where's the percussion? They took the percussion out. I'm not hearing the woodblock or the bongos anymore. I'm not sure exactly what instrument it is because the volume is so low on it, but I'm not hearing it anymore. I want it back. There it is. I like that the percussion, and again, I'm sorry for pausing it, but I've got to point this out, man. You guys come to me for the breakdowns, so deal with it. I love that the percussion is pitched so that every time you hear it, it's a different note. It adds to the beat instead of it just being the same note over and over again and it just serving as a rhythm instrument. It's also serving to provide some depth to the track because they pitched it up and down at some points.
Wow, I think got an ass is soft, yo. This ain't no gas and cigar. I'm rolling up that wood and gelato. I'm rocking Valentino with the rip.
This is an awesome feature. Solely based on the vibe that I'm getting. So sick. It's a nice track. Yeah, man. It's a great track. I paused it like 10 times to point out things to you guys, but if I don't pause it, y'all ask me not to talk over the songs. And if I do pause it, y'all say that I'm not listening to the song enough and that I keep pausing it all the time to talk. So I'm gonna do it my way, and I told you guys what I liked about it. I think it's a cool track. I like the feature. I really like the vibe that this track has given me. So track 4 is At the Hotel. Okay, my bad. Alright, so the version that I'm listening to on Spotify only has 14 tracks, and the Genius track list has 17 tracks. So the next track isn't At the Hotel, it's Top Off. Is there another version on Spotify that has more songs? Yeah, no, there isn't. We're gonna miss out on about 3 songs according to the Genius track list, but that's alright. It's the only version that's on Spotify. So Top Off is what the next track is.
I took the top off, I'm dripping like hot sauce. I got drink and it's clean raw. Let me give me that mean mouth.
Yeah.
trap house.
That melody is so dope. Love the energy.
Is it gonna use best? I don't really got a check.
Nice. I like this flow.
I can water around my neck. I can start to work relax. When the bottom bitch legs. I done bought another bench.
That melody is sick.
Chillin' like a casino. I got back on my feet now. I can take out my team down. My whole team down. Niggas head out on scene.
Oh, that's catchy, dude. Yeah.
Top off. I'm drippin' like hot sauce. I got drinkin' this clean raw.
This is it, dude.
I don't know, I got locked out. I go back to the trap house. Spread that bitch in the belt down. For them niggas, they bent down.
That's what I'm talking about, Gunna. Let's go.
Yeah, I drip when I'm in town. I'm just trying to stay inbound. Smoking it so loud.
I love the melodic element to his sound.
Green set it. Yeah, niggas still rap. I
love that. So catchy.
And I don't even know how. About to pull me a Benz out.
Yeah, that's my favorite track so far. Just the beats, awesome. I love the melody. I love the hook. I love the pre-chorus. I like how short his two verses are. I like how melodic he is and how he's able to rap / sing. I like that he switched up his flow a little bit. It's not that triplet flow on his verses, and I think it's a great track. The next track is Pedestrian. Let's go!
I can be a regular pedestrian. I got on my grind, ain't no more stressing. Can't nobody, can we have a threesome with your best friend? She said they quickly had no time to cut on Netflix. Gotta watch you like a bush and leave your head crazy. I'm just man like no, I work my moves all day, I'm carrying cash. Shot that hell around this how they keep a nigga with a hard head. Stuck me loads of bread, I want more and more.
Love it.
Just show me a bag.
Snaps, percussion.
007. Like for roofers, not for coopers, we don't need roofs. Looking fake Lucas riches, no I do for King Chu. I've been bottling out of the part time I saw you was in high school. BBS is back, they shine like lights. Fucking all these lights, my shit make me swole.
Like his delivery.
This is smell, custom 50, heard it up alone. Gotta watch these bitches, she be hating.
There's a nice melody going on in the beat, man. I like that, man.
I can be a regular pedestrian.
I like it.
I got on my grind.
Again, really cool track. Love the vibe. Metro Boomin did his thing along with Doughboy and Wheezy. It's a great beat. Liking his delivery. His delivery is definitely improving as we go on, you know. In the beginning, I wanted more energy, and recently on these later tracks, you know, he really came with it. So I'm liking this a lot. Next is Lies About You featuring Lil Durk, who, by the way, if you don't follow the J. Cole Bible on Instagram, definitely do that from now on. And they posted a video on Instagram of a snippet of a Lil Durk track featuring J. Cole, produced by DJ Mustard. And I'm not gonna lie, it sounds hard. It sounds really, really dope. So, yeah, hoping that comes out sometime this year, but yeah. Oh, no, I'm dumb. It wasn't Lil Durk, it was Lil Duke. Still, definitely go check out that snippet, because it does sound hard. I just had to make sure. I'm seeing Richie Soof all over this project, yo. Secure the bag, let's get it. This is smooth, man. I love the guitar. A really soft acoustic guitar sounds so sick.
Tell everything but the truth. Get number love from my crew. I guess they hate what you do. Pull up in coops and no roof. You call me.
Go off, dude.
I drip, I need a no war. I run that way for that push. I think I'm on a high horse. I'm trying to feed all my boys. I pay my dues to these hoes.
Oh yeah, let's go. The ad-libs are sick. I like this. It's a dope feature. His delivery, the performance is great, you know? Man, that feature was dope. Lil Durk did his thing on this track, you know. I like his performance. I like how he was singing. I like the melody that he chose to sing. It really fit really well with this beat. I love that really smooth acoustic guitar in this beat, man. I think that this track sounds great. So that's just how I see things. Next track is Mistress.
Yeah. Got me a real mission, and she independent. My little bitch, she with me. Might hit it.
Richie Soof again. Let's go.
Yeah, you fine. I'll give you a dime. I'ma treat you like pride. She give me massage. Better love my vibe. Yeah. I'm looking in your eyes. But we don't go blind. We don't go straight. Cause legs in the sky.
Yo, you want a nut in her eyes? It's crazy.
Stick my spoon in your pot. Slap my wood on your crotch.
Oh my god.
Hit your throat on my cop. Design my spot. Yeah. We bought not a lot.
Hide your kids, bro.
Calling out shots.
Don't let them listen to this.
Yeah. You turning me on, y'all. Baby got long hair.
This beat goes crazy.
Strike me a pole, trip my bitch. Got white toes, that chip, stack your rolls.
What?
Hips, hot like a stove, hips. I think I make them on. Yeah, I mess my cologne, You don't want to leave me alone.
I love this.
Let's see where you going.
This is really dope.
Back home off a torn,
The track is crazy, really explicit. Don't play this anywhere around kids, dude. It's crazy. Yo, baby, let me nut in your eyes is crazy. That's crazy. It's a dope track. I'm a little speechless. The things he says in this track are a little crazy. They're a little wild, but it's dope. Beat goes hard. Richie Soof is doing his thing. Next track is Car Sick, featuring Nav and Metro Boomin. So I'm ready.
I cover the body with C's. I'm copping the drip overseas. I like when she get on her knees. I'm rocking the beat on jeans.
Drums go hard, dude.
Catch up for shows. Let the jacket out hot in the rose.
Ain't rocking on SI2. My diamonds VVS. Ain't driving on CRV. My coupe is a GTS. I plug always make sure I'm straight.
Yeah.
Superhero got a cape. Smoking on back goes bad for me, but I don't want smoke on a vape. Born with all this drip, I came out of faucet. When they put my bro in the chain gang, I almost lost it.
Thought I lost it. Ain't no hate been come out with. Think I dodged it. She come through, fucking in the room. Total falling. I would've pit with a 30-foot drink.
The vibe on this track is awesome.
Don't bless it right after you lose. Chop out the pay with the crew. The mechanic, but I keep it too. Gonna got hold by the tools. But it's sticking, don't nobody move. She be
girl, I'm tryna fuck right now, no time for stalling. I just got a walk-in closet to put them all in.
There's no reason to repeat the hook at the end. It's too long. Yeah, I could have just done without that hook again at the end. It's 3 minutes 40. Without that hook at the end, it would have been like 3 minutes and 16. That would have been perfect for this track. I was good, you know, with it after the fourth verse on the track. Yeah, you know, Nav's got a couple cheesy bars in here, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a dope track. It's got a nice vibe to it and the beat goes hard, so I'm not gonna hate. I think it's a cool track. It's not as hard as I was expecting it to be, you know. I think that instead of Nav, they could have had a better feature. Nav's voice is really funny to me, you know, it's really nasally and, you know, I don't know, his bars and his verses are always so hit or miss for me. So I feel like the feature could have been better, but the beat was dope. Gunna did his thing, so it's a nice track. Next track is My Soul. Yeah! Yo, this beat's really hard, but I don't like that clap. That clap doesn't snap hard enough for me. You know, it sounds too flat, if that makes any sense. I like my snares with a little bit of oomph to them, and that one just kind of like, that clap just falls flat for me. We're layering the snares now. It sounds a little better. I also wish Gunna's voice was a little louder. I'm sending the bitch text later. I'm a boy that got the all flavor. All new push, they was all game. Yeah. Yeah, look, you know, the beat's nice, but like I said, I don't really like that clap. Once they layered it with a snare, it sounded a little better. But there's just not enough energy from Gunna for me on this track. You know, it's smooth and it's dope, but I wish his voice was a little louder and I wish he went a little bit harder. You know, you've got London on the track and Metro Boomin making you a beat. I mean, you've got to come with it, you know? That's just my opinion, but I think that this could have been better executed, but it's not a bad track. Next track is No Joke. Metro Boomin again. Won't play no games, ain't no joke, ain't no joke. Ain't no joke, ain't no joke. I might roll rage, swerving no lane. Got my gang till I'm gone. Bad boy. Nice. I bought it in jail without my passport. Metro Boomin's going off. Cut my ties, you a bad sauce. Now we're pants a hoe. She one of your metro. Baby girl got the best though. Bitch going in beast mode.
Live inside the back, made the deposit, dog.
Nice.
I didn't hate the sound, booming, lottie, dog. Trust me, you don't cool, but I got it polished, dog. Niggas love. Trust me, I'm keeping it out. My brother be peeping you out. Trust my dog with a pop. Cutting the game with sauce.
Like the strings. Again, it's a nice track. It's nothing too crazy. It's not insane. It's a dope track. Next is Spending Addiction.
Maybe it depend on my mood. More bookings and payments and shit, they got huge. Hop in the spaceship, take it to the moon. Go hustle my patience and help me look cool. The head on the shoulder,
This is it.
Proposing my soda, I won't catch a flu. Anti-mandatory, you part of this crew. Why all of a sudden niggas won't be cool? We can't give it second chances, ain't no fool. I'm out my depression, like I'm going smooth.
Love the melody in the beat.
I didn't give them hope. New phantom, I'm like I need that, look what we can do. Maybe it depend on my mood. More bookings and payments and shit, they got huge. Bitches, they coming into me. I took a perk, I been itching since noon. Why the broke is the loudest in the room? Why all of a sudden niggas won't be cool? We can't give it second to a home. If broke is your problem, cash is gonna solve. If you say pussy better have some ball, nigga. Hit you or hey, you leaping like a frog. Blows, they saying shit like this money tall. Diamonds on me, the like some glass shatter. My bitches that's fat to keep a nigga hard.
I love how hard the drums are on this, man, and the use of the percussion is really, really cool. I like the mix on this. The melody is really subtle, but I like what's going on in the background, man, with the keys. I think it's really dope. I like the energy of it, you know. This track is a mellow track, but it's still got some energy to it. It's still got some bounce to it. I really like it. I think it's dope. Next track is Money Don't Change You. I need his voice to be louder and more energetic, man. It sounds like he's half asleep on this track, and the drums are so hard. I want more energy. We playing the ball. It's forever for the law. I forever Reggie Raw. Then you run into a star. That's a shame, dude. This track could have been awesome. This track has so much potential. This track could be one of the best tracks off this project, but he just decided to come at this the entirely wrong way, man. I mean, his delivery and his performance sounds like he's half asleep. And it sounds like he's just so disinterested, but the drums are so energetic and loud and punchy and awesome, you know? I mean, if he had come at this with energy and in a more emphatic way, I mean, this track would have been so, so good. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that he didn't come as hard as he could have. Next track is Toast Up. I love the pianos, man. Right when the kick hits, I knew I was hearing something funny. Right when the kick hits, there's a hi-hat that hits right after it and gets distorted because of the 808. At least it sounds like it. On the beats where the kick isn't hitting, the hi-hat sounds fine, but as soon as the kick hits, the first hi-hat that comes right after it sounds distorted, and it's throwing me off.
I ain't never witnessed so much damn hatred. Gotta get a grade off for these dead faces. Think if maybe one of your partners, you gon' ride, ain't you? We gon' take it over, this is our nation. I'ma ride that road if it's so.
I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. I like the piano and that's about it. That distortion is killing me, dude. I don't see no one but us. I don't see no worry much. I've been inside the clouds, I can feel them being touched. They been praying on my down, they don't wanna see me up. Now I'm doing shows and stacking bucks. Moving shows, sipping tuss, hot tag and acting up. Also, I don't like that they just randomly bring the drums in like that and then cut them out again, only to let the beat drop. Just don't bring the drums in until the beat drop. It sounds weird, you know? Especially since when it comes in, it sounds like he's off beat. It's just unnecessary. That's not it. I didn't like that one. I didn't like the delivery or the flow. The best part of the beat is the piano, which is really subtle and way in the background. The kick is distorting the hi-hats. At least that's what it sounds like to me. And I don't know. I didn't like the track. Last track is Drip or Drown remix featuring Lil Yachty. And I'm not the biggest Yachty fan, if I'm being honest, but I'm going to just throw that bias out the window, and I'm just going to hope that this is really good to close out this project. So let's see what Lil Yachty and Gunna have for us.
Yeah, 2 Benzes, 1 Bentley, Cooper, 2 Beamers. Think I'm essential, so I stay in the cleaners. 2K my stress, I walk with demeanor. Spin on them, can you tell me who leaner? Crocodile seats and my cousins look like he been shipping packs and with back.
No, Lil Yachty sounds fine, honestly. Like I'm liking his verse. I'm not liking the mix. The beat sounds like it's way too quiet. Whoever mixed this made Yachty's voice just really loud, and the beat is way underneath, and it sounds really bad to me. The mix, not the production or the actual performance. The mix on it sounds bad.
It's a fact. Lately, I promise I've been on my move. You finna get shot acting like you cool. Drip to my socks and at least I'm a fool. Threads, you walk with a wand. James, my brother, if I thought he scuffle. That's not a joke, that boy can't wait to tussle. Take now.
Yeah, that was a dope verse, dude. It's just mixed really poorly.
With the dripper, just learn how to hustle. Look at your bitch through these deal by both them pounds.
I also don't like the beat.
Shopping that bunny, I drip like a mom. Watch out.
Besides the fact that the mix kind of sucks, I really don't like the beat.
Pop out the tag, my partner just swung. Baby blue jet, me my mom feel better. Fuck the snow bunny at my show with Coachella. VBS bandit partners in my bezel. You move too.
Yeah, those 2 tracks are just unfortunate. Those last 2 tracks. I don't know what was going through Weezy's head when he made those beats, honestly. Lil Yachty's verse though, that was pretty dope. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. So Drip Season 3 by Gunna. Look, man, I think it's great, honestly. I think that we've got a lot of bangers off of this. You know, in the beginning, I was kind of underwhelmed by the energy that he was bringing, but he really picked it up about halfway through this project. You know, we got a lot of really great tracks, a lot of awesome beats, some really creative melodies. Gunna did his thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna save this album and keep it in rotation. You know, a lot of these reviews that I do, I end up not listening to the albums again, you know, because I'm underwhelmed by them. But a couple of them I'll save and actually keep them in rotation when I really like them. And I really like this. I'm going to take a couple of these tracks and throw them in some playlists and definitely listen to this more. So if I have to give this a number rating, I'd give this a 7. I think it's dope. 14 tracks. I like that he kept the tracks short. You know, there's a couple of misses on here for me. A couple beats I don't like. A couple of times where I felt like his delivery could have been better. So I can't really go higher than a 7.5 for this. Still, I think it's worth a listen. You know, it's less than an hour long, so you should definitely listen to this if you're into this type of music and you haven't heard this yet. And I'm going to be going back and listening to more of his albums for sure. If you guys would like that, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'm glad you guys watched the video. Thank you all for being here. I hope you'll give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'd appreciate that. And thank you all for the support. Thank you all for watching the video. And I'll be back very soon. So I'll see y'all. Peace.